Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. We're still on the water bottle thing, and this time it's a little bit water bottle, a little bit inner tube or Ranger band, whichever one you want to call it. And these are lawnmower or maybe a small four-wheeler inner tube, but I'm pretty sure it's a lawnmower. And just because I got sidetracked about the time that I noticed I was going to do this, we got to do a repair really fast. Came out here the other day, and my gnome birdhouse string had broken. So I have just some old string. This was one of Sassy's leashes before we upgraded, and I'm just gonna do this really fast to fix her. I mean, fix my gnome dude, because you can't just be flopping out there with no way for my birds to do things. I like birds. I had just about all of the uprights for my privacy fence have a birdhouse on them. Me and my daughter got where we would make a birdhouse every weekend for a long time, and then we just kind of got busy and quit doing it. I need to get back to doing it again. That was fun, and we fed them for a long time. And right now I got some squirrels. I just tied an overhand knot in that, and I'll do one of these slippy jobbers in it too. But we got some squirrels. About the time the pecans start coming out, the squirrels like take over. What if I can do this while I'm looking at it? And, sorry, I had to like eyeball it through the camera there. There. So we got some recycled string on my gnome birdhouse. Anyway, sorry about that. If you're one of the folks that said I get off subject sometimes, this video was just for you guys. But anyway, for the rest of you, I have been carrying around this water bottle for most beating and banging here at the house. Going getting some firewood, this and that and other, whatever. That's the one that I carry. And when I was trying to break myself in, excuse me, I threw up, to carrying one of these things, every morning I go to the store, I get something for breakfast, and I buy one of the little square bottles of Fiji water. That's what I get every morning. That's what I get, which is roughly about the size of this thing. So I cut me a piece of string, and it worked. Every day I just put my string on my bottle of Fiji water, and I would carry it all day. And that meant when I had drank all of my Fiji water, I went to the water fountain and would fill it up the rest of the day. And I got where I could basically do everything at work carrying this just over my head with one arm in it. So kind of across my body, and it just dangles like this. And I got used to doing that. No big deal. I tried it, and I can still do it. It isn't something that's very comfortable. If you're doing a bunch of stuff like stacking paper or something at work, you definitely don't want to carry one this size. But there's some large, I think it's Gatorade actually makes the water bottle, but it's pretty good size. It's pretty near this big, maybe 32 ounces. It's a lot taller than the outside diameter of this one. It's just more tall. But I carried that around for several days, and it's doable. That's not like the end of the world or nothing. But oh, somebody's shooting a pew over that way. I like the idea of carrying a bigger one, and this comes from watching old Man vs. Wild. So bear would be thrown out there, he'd take his leap, and when he got down and got everything put away, he would have his water bottle, which is, I think, the Crusader cup is what it is, or later on it become a Crusader cup, which was the water bottle and the cup on the bottom. And he would have something, either tape or a big Ranger band, holding all that together. And he had a paracord strap, and that was just super cool. And in this way, I like it. I like it's comfortable for me, and it's nice to just be right there. That's the same setup I had at the last event's Bushcraft class at Essie. It's just convenient. So when I was trying the big one, I said, well, I'm going to put this cup on there like OBG. Well, after I got the cup on there, I knew the Ranger bands would hold my cup on there without an issue. I keep a bunch of different size Ranger bands, and for this one, I just used the lawnmower size. And you can get these from small engine repair shops, motorcycle shops, ATV, side-by-side places. They just throw these things away, and as long as you can get them before they've put the slime in them, you can normally ask if they'll sit them to the side or if they have some thrown away. Most of the time they have some readily available. You can get these. But I had done this same way that I did with this, which is using it kind of like Molly or Pal's webbing, on a Condor knife and tool Go Lock. A long time ago, I wanted a way to put a pouch on the outside of the included leather sheath, and the way that I found was easiest to do that was to put my Ranger bands around it and use that to attach my sheath to, or my pouch. It's the exact same setup with this. Just kind of got to play with it to get the thickness of your Ranger bands how you want it. You could do it with a full width Ranger band, and that'd probably hold it the best. I went with a wider one to take most of the weight, and this more narrow one, so if I removed my cup, I wasn't fidgeting with a bunch of stuff. I can just roll this one up and remove my cup without worrying too much about the way that my pouch is attached. On and off. And this is just the old school El Cheapo stainless steel, and I went with the short one just because I wanted it to be able to go on and off fairly easy with what I was doing. And I had one of these laid around. I like to go to Georgia Bushcraft. I go every year, but I like to go, and there's a dude named John. I do not know his last name, or I can't remember it. If I heard it, I could probably remember it, but he comes all the way down from Ohio, and when he comes, he has a ton of second-hand goodies that he brings. This come from him because he puts the price on the bottom like that. So I paid $3 for this cup, and it could have been, I don't know why I got it. It could have just been I wanted an extra one, or one time is just kind of story time, but Jason Chapman, he used to own Predator Control Services. here outside of Carrollton, Georgia. And he retired recently. Good for him. I hope he's enjoying his time. But I had bought these Sierra cups, an old school Sierra cup. Most of you guys know what it is. It's just like a little, thin cup with a weird hook on the end of it, made so you to hook in webbing and stuff. But I got where I was buying a bunch of those guys when I could find them. $1, $2, $3 a piece, whatever. And that's what I have in my camping. We got a tote that we take camping all the time, and I would carry one of those. For reasons being, people carry food around a lot. So me and my buddy Tate, we're sitting there, and we both had one of our Sierra cups, and we were going to see what food was going down. And my wife came up with Jason Chapman, and she was eating a fajita, and it was like the most delicious smelling fajita that I had ever smelled. And me and Tate sitting there, and Jason's like, "Here, take one of these fajitas." So we're eating these fajitas, and my wife says, "That's beaver." And I was like, "Really?" And she was like, "Yep." And no doubt, it was probably the most delicious fajita that I've ever had in a camping scenario. And better than anything that I've cooked at my house too. My wife cooks pretty good, but I'm not that good at a cooker, but super awesome. So these cups, be it the Sierra cup or one of these, somebody may have had some chili sometime and was like, "Hey man, you got something to put that chili in?" And I cruised over there to John's tent and got this cup. I don't know when else I would have got it there. Who knows? But we did that with those. Well, we've done it with these and the Sierra cups too. When we were messing with the Sierra cups, Tate thought that they were super awesome. Tate Andrews, super awesome dude, good friend of mine. And he was like, "Dude, these things are neat." And just so happened, John had a titanium Sierra cup over there that he wanted $10 for. And so I went over there and paid for it and gave it to Tate. And it was just like, it was super. It was one of those kind of like small treasures that just showed up that were super awesome. And it just lives in his truck now. He's got a cool like truck camping thing. And he's got his little titanium Sierra cup that he totes around and eats some grub with. But anywho, that was kind of story time. That could have been where this come from. I don't know, but I paid $3 for it. This deal, same deal. I'm going to carry it on some paracord, just kind of like the BG thing. The pouch, I just put on there to see kind of what I thought about it. I may get something different with a smaller, or maybe the same size, but not as much stuff. Now, if I could just get one like that orange on the inside with a bunch of this stuff on the outside, that'd be cool. I don't know. The pouch was just proof of concept when I was playing with this thing, and to show you guys in this video. So you can make webbing with Ranger bands. It's pretty simple. Again, this is, I think, a lawnmower. I think this is a lawnmower tube I got from my dad. He owns a small engine repair business north of me. And yeah, I get all the tubes I want. But you can make removable webbing with your Ranger bands, as well as holding on. This thing's pretty tight. Like you really it's got a good suction to pull it off, but this seal here is nice to have. You don't have to worry about it, but pretty cool little setup there. I'm gonna goof around with my pouch a little bit, but I just wanted to share while we had been talking about water bottles and inner tubes recently. Here is a little bit of both there. Anyway, it's Christmas Eve, y'all. I hope everybody is ready for Santa Claus. Spend a little time with your family. Get some gifts, give some hugs, eat some food, enjoy yourself. We got a lot of stuff to be happy for. I do anyway, so I got it pretty good. I'm not gonna complain. I get to enjoy myself and enjoy my family along with it, so I'm pretty lucky. But again, I appreciate all the support, guys. I know I say it every time. You can check out all the older stuff at Bushcraft Kelso on Instagram. You can check out bushcraftkelso.com for gizmos and gadgets. Y'all be good. Santa Claus is coming. Later.